Dana. I'm with the Dallas Paleontological Society, and we're here at FOSSILMANIA. We have FOSSILMANIA every year in October in Glen, the last weekend of October. So whatever days it falls on, the last weekend of October in Glen, Texas at the Expo Center. So what you see around you here, we have our vendors that rent tables from our society. And all of our money that we make from this and everything else goes into our educational outreach. And when you go out to the back here, you'll see some of the things that we do. We go to different schools and we teach about paleontology and things like that. We also do scholarships, and we do research grants and a lot of other just whatever, like the Mineral Wells Fossil Park out in Mineral Wells. We built that, we paid for the sign that they have out there. So things like that are what we do. We're a 501c organization, so that's what we do. So when you look around here, you will see all of our the beautiful things that our vendors have out here. And then you can look around our table. We have a raffle going over here, and all of that money goes into, like I said, our general fund for our education and our outreach and things like that. We have some of our books. We have a lot of really good books if you're really into fossils. We have t-shirts and other swag like that, some bumper stickers if you're interested in coming down and getting some of that. We have daily, every hour we have a door prize. We have one for kids and we have one for adults. So as soon as you walk in the door, you'll get a door prize ticket. And let me say also that everything here is free unless you want to buy something. We are not selling tickets to come in. We are not selling, making you pay for any of the kids' activities or anything like that. If you want to buy something, that's the only time you're going to spend any money. So all of our vendors, of course, they're for profit, and they're wanting to make money on what they're doing here today. We also have a field trip. We have one going right now, but it's probably a little bit too late to get into that one. If you're interested in the tracks down at the Dinosaur Valley State Park, we have a track talk with one of our experts that's going to go down there tomorrow, Sunday, at 3:30. So you would have to meet here at the expo at 3 o'clock or no later than 3 o'clock. And we are going to have our expert go down to the state park. You get free entry into the park itself. And he's going to give you a really informative talk on the tracks. What else can I tell you about what we're doing?
Well, that's good. Tell me about your shirt. I really love your shirt.
So this is our Dallas Paleontological Society shirt. These you can actually, if you go to our website, you can order these online. And on the back, you'll see paleontology.
Oh, that's lovely.
And then you see we have our hats as well. And we have two hats. We have one that has the skull and crossbones, like that.
Excellent.
Okay, and then we have some shirts for sale here, but we're low on them. If you are a 3 or 4X large, we've got your shirt for you. If you're an extra large or a small, we've got your shirt for you. But they are the tan ones over here that have this same logo on it.
All right, thank you very much.
If you have any questions, see one of us at the front, and we will be happy to answer for you. And bring your fossils if you don't know what they are. We'll find somebody that can tell you what they are.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hello, I am Jamie Lynn of Fossil Quest. Got a little website called fossilquest.com, which is to help people identify what they're finding in the fields, or to help them figure out what to find in the fields. I've been fossil hunting for about 7 years, and I absolutely love finding nature's gems, but I also love photographing them almost as much as I love finding them. So I've started doing my Fossil Quest arts, everything from actual fossils to fossil art to t-shirts. But one of the fun things I've really been enjoying are my magnets. I realized I had collected enough fossils to probably make the entire alphabet, and sure enough, I definitely have. A lot of these are microfossils, but they are all Texas fossils from the Cretaceous to Eocene and down into the Permian and Pennsylvania. So I hope you love fossils as much as I do, and come out to FOSSILMANIA in Glen, Texas.
Thank you.
I'm Robin. I'm with the Dallas Paleo Society's pit crew, and our table is for the kids that come to the show, so that they can have something a little fun, get some toys, some candy, some buttons, anything that they want, and we've got like low prices so they can do just like feel independent and get their stuff.
Tell me about a few of the things that you have here.
Okay, so my brother is making custom buttons with our button maker. We've got, let's see, what have we got? We've got some really good pens. These pens write really nicely. Oh, I made these last year. Some little, like, you can make them magnets, but I put a little hook on it. So what else have we got?
Oh, what is this?
These are little dinosaur toys that we sell like $2 for $1, I think. Mix and match anything you want.
Squishy.
We've got jewelry, earrings, buttons, patches.
Show me the earrings.
Okay. I wish I had them on, but my ears are too freshly pierced.
Oh, very, very nice.
Got a couple. Some rings. They're in the bag. It might not show up too well.
Okay, that's good.
These are really nice. These are slap bracelets that you can bring out into the field and measure your fossils.
All right. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Esty. I'm with the Dallas Paleontological Society. We are selling these awesome shirts made by Diane Tran. She was a Disney artist, so we got the good stuff. So, FOSSILMANIA is here. We have amazing vendors this year. Anything from awesome kid stuff to $800, $900 super rare fossils, incredible stuff. But as the DPS, we are also about education. So we have a kid area over in the other room, and it's very educational. There's an entire layout of the tree, the evolutionary tree of dinosaurs. You should definitely take a look at that. And next month is the 40th anniversary of Dallas Paleontological Society. So here's looking at seeing 50.
All right, thank you very much.
Absolutely, enjoy. Good seeing you again.
I'm Sean, I'm with dfwfossils.com, and I love finding fossils, so the only way I can keep creating room for more fossils is if I give them away or sell them. So I'm here with 2 tables full of fossils that I find basically just since the summer, and it's been great. I've got all different types of species. I've got rare ammonites, I have petrified wood. I found an entire tree that I've cut into different pieces, so here we are at FOSSILMANIA 2024.
Tell me about some of the ammonites that you have here.
Yeah, we have this entire section are Mortonoceros ammonites, and they can get anywhere. You can see I have some tiny ones that are just a couple of inches wide, and I have some other ones that are over 14 inches across. So the Mortonoceros ammonites get very large. They're a early Cretaceous ammonite, and we also have Eopachydiskis ammonites, and these are the monsters of the ammonite world. I have a couple here.
This one, for example.
Yes, and this is an Eopachydiskis marcianus, as is this one. They can get up to 5 feet across. I don't have any that are more than 2 feet across, but that's still a fairly large ammonite. And it's believed that these consumed plankton, and they would lay their eggs on the surface of the water, which is believed to be potentially a factor in their becoming extinct. And I am far from an expert. I'm a casual hobbyist when it comes to fossils, but you learn a lot along the way.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kurt Hansford. I live in Cumbie, Texas. I've been hunting the North Sulphur River for about 40-something years. I find fossils. It's one of my most favorite hobbies in the world to do. It's very inexpensive. Get water and a sandwich and food. Take your family for one of the best trips you'll ever have. You'll hunt fossils all day long on the rivers. It is amazing. I've taken all these parts and pieces and I've put together little artwork for your desk, for your office, for your home, for your children.
That's beautiful.
I think you'd really enjoy a piece. I'd love to sell you a piece, and I'll make them very affordable for you.
Tell us about this book you're holding in your hand.
Well, this is the book about the North Sulphur River. This tells you pretty much everything you need to know. They're very inexpensive, about $20, and it's worth every penny you'll spend. It'll teach you so much about the Cretaceous era and the ancient ocean that you're standing upon that most people don't even know is here. The Western Inland Sea. It's great.
All right, tell us about some of your artwork down here. These are just beautiful.
Well, I've tried to incorporate all the little micro fossils. We got little shark's teeth, tube worms, baculite, snails, crustaceous mud. I mean, here's a little coral. There's some rocks in there. Here's a little mosasaur vertebrae. I just pick and choose and try to put the stuff together to make it appealing so it looks really nice.
Anything else in any of these other displays that are of particular interest?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all unique. You'll never find another one like it. There's no fake stuff in it. It's all real fossils, real mud, real rocks, and they're building a Ralph Hall Lake, and this river's fixing to not be good like it is now. So you really need to get out there and hunt. Now they say they're going to put a fossil park on the backside of the dam so we can still hunt that end of the river. But I don't think the wash will ever be as good as it is right now.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Art Salstein. I'm one of the discoverers of the Arlington Archosaur site. The Arlington Archosaur site was discovered in 2003 in the early part of the year. It's been the site of some of the most prolific excavations that the state of Texas has ever seen. It's probably one of the most productive sites the state in paleontology has ever seen. We have a picture of Tommy Diamond, who used to be a pro, he's retired now, pro employee, after Austin Motherall dragged a tractor bucket across the soil and exposed thousands of fossils there in the pit. We had a 24-hour, 6-day-a-week excavation, which was amazing in 105-degree heat. What you see in this picture, majority of it is a new species of super crocodile remains. We ended up naming it Deltasuchus motheralli after the young boy that found them. So Deltasuchus motheralli means, the meaning of it is the mother of all delta crocodiles. Because also in this excavation we had juveniles, hatchlings, full growth stages, ontogeny of those creatures. The picture on the right, well, that's the actual Arlington Archosaur site. We call it the Valley of Bones, and that's the productive site. The photograph on the right is Deltasuchus reconstructed skull after it was all put back together and named Deltasuchus.
So people should come to FOSSILMANIA and find out more about all
come
this.
to FOSSILMANIA. FOSSILMANIA is where it's at. I forget how many decades that the Dallas Paleo Society's had it here. Probably 50-some, or 50 years. This is where you can learn about most anything paleontology. If you have something that you found that you need identified, you can bring it up here. There's plenty of people with the wisdom that go ahead and do it.
All right, thank you, Art.
Okay.
I'm Michael Davis. I'm here for the show. I'm down from Indiana, near Cincinnati. I'm just here, selling some of the items that I've prepped myself. I do the fossil prep on some of these items here that are called crinoids. They're found largely in Indiana and the Midwest and the areas like that. So these are some of the items that I've
What are we looking at here?
These items right here, these are called crinoids. And there's a number of them here in the case. All that I've worked on. A little item that I found myself in Kentucky, little starfish. It's partial. It's not complete, but it's a partial.
All right, hi everybody. Welcome to FOSSILMANIA, and my name is Ron Pugh. I'm from Glen, Texas, and my wife is Melissa. She's helping me out, and we had set up a display here of 3D printed products, models, and for instance, this here is a Dragos Rex Hogwartsia skull, found up in Dakota in 2004. This is the life-size skull, and this is a juvenile dinosaur. And we print them all on our 3D printer. It's a bamboo printer, and it's going right now making some small dinosaurs, and we sell those here at the show, and it's in the filament. We're using a triple color filament, and we're glad to see all the kids coming out, and they love all the toy dinosaurs. They're all very wiggly.
Show us a few. Yeah.
They're wiggly, and that's a little cat.
Okay.
And but we also have the dinosaurs. And
All right.
yeah, the kids, the grown-ups, and kids love them all alike. They're all neat.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good time.
My name's Richard Van Atta. I'm with Fourth Dimension Collectibles at FOSSILMANIA. And as you can see with the table goods that I've got out, mostly fossils and some minerals. I do 2 shows a year. I do this one every year. I've done it for over 20 years now. And I do a show in May, and that's in Plano, Texas. Probably the best thing I've got on the table today is a huge ammonite from the Cretaceous, which comes from Bear Paw in Canada. The shell on it has been preserved and has been extremely well preserved with color, and it has actually been declared a gemstone because of the color intensity that it has, and it's used quite often in jewelry as well.
Okay, tell me about this item right here in front of you.
This is a sawfish from Lebanon, from the Cretaceous of Lebanon. There are several quarries in Lebanon from where these fish come from. The unusual part about the deposit is the fact that it's preserved a lot of soft tissue animals. For example, the sawfish itself is a cartilaginous fish, and so you find sharks, you find sawfish, you find various other kinds of cartilaginous animals that are actually preserved in their entirety.
Very nice. Well, thank you very much.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, my name is Morris Bussey. I live in Glen Rose, Texas. I have the Stone Hut Fossil Shop in Glen Rose, Texas, and I've been doing this since 2008, and I've been coming to FOSSILMANIA probably 30-something years, and we used to do it here a lot. And I have a store, and I do collections. Some I have a collection, my wife has a collection, but some of the things here are not, a lot of this stuff is maybe 50% local, and the other stuff is from Madagascar, Morocco, Brazil, Argentina, just a variety of other places.
Can you pick out 1 or 2 things here? And
yes, let me show you, for instance, for local stuff here, we have the sea urchins, which is echinoids. They're from Glen Rose, the Glen Rose Formation. We have a lot of these you find on a lot of the land here. And then the other stuff that we have is from Brazil, which is amethyst points. We have a lot of amethyst points. And then this is from Madagascar. We'll have a lot of the sand dollars from Madagascar.
Oh, those are beautiful.
You'll see a lot of this. And we go to Tucson every year, and we pick up a lot of some of the merchandise here that you see on the table.
Tell us about this over here. What do we have here?
We have Osteoceras. We have these are from Madagascar or Morocco. You see a lot of these on a lot of the tables here, and we pick it up and bring it to Glen Rose, Texas, from Tucson, Arizona.
And then what else did you want to show me here?
Oh, right here. These are, this right here would be the ammonites, and these are all from Fort Worth. We get these a lot in Glen Rose. I trade a lot of my petrified wood for a lot of these ammonites, which is pretty prevalent, and we sell them a lot to different people that build different types of pits, walls, and stuff like that. And the other thing here, these are from Madagascar. These are Moroccan trilobites. These are trilobites that we get from Tucson. We pick them up in Tucson a lot. And the same thing, this is another, this is the desert roses. This is called gypsum roses. We get that in Oklahoma, a lot of this stuff in Oklahoma. So we have a lot of that going on. And then we have over here, we have a lot of petrified We have some Fusco. A lot of people like the Fusco in Glen Rose to come out and buy it. And then the other thing is, this is my favorite. This is copalite. This is fossilized poop. This is, a lot of people pick this up and buy it all the time. This could be those small animals, or it could be maybe turtles and stuff like that. Just a lot of small from the Cretaceous period.
Again, they're called coprolites.
Coprolite, yeah.
And they're fossilized feces.
That's right.
That's what they are.
That is right. And then we have some more ammonites. And then my wife and I put little grab bags together, local stuff in these little bags. So we have that going.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. See you next year.
Welcome to FOSSILMANIA. My name is William Thompson. I have a booth here. Y'all want to come out? You want to bring the whole family? You want to add to your collection or just add to a collectible? Put it on your shelf at work. Got all kinds of fossils, minerals, t-shirts, jewelry, you name it. Something for everyone. We got a lot of dealers. We all want to see you come out. And you'll have a great collection when you leave here. Maybe a little less money in your pocketbook, but you'll be happy.
William, tell us about the book that you offer.
This is the first book. I'm working on book number 3. I specialize in Texas fossil sea urchins. So I wrote this book. I photographed specimens from fins, and then I went Smithsonian, went to UT. I've named a lot of new species. Anything in blue is a specimen that was never named by science before. And so it's a complete monograph of all fossil sea urchins of Texas. So it's a $40 book. I'm selling it today for $30, and I'm signing it as the author.
Is this book available through the DPS site?
Yeah, they bought some cases and then they bought some more. They're selling them also.
Okay. Would you like to talk about any of the items other than the book you have?
We do have some fossil kits that we put together this year. A lot of kits that you go buy online, you don't know anything about. They'll have a shark tooth. Where'd the shark tooth come? They don't tell you. Where'd the clam come from? They don't tell you. Ours all came from Texas. All are labeled, genus name, species name, what formation, what age, what county. So we're doing kits today. They're $15, and we give you a free digital download of this book also. So you spend $15, you get the collection, and you get a book in the digital download. So it's a great value. Like I said, every booth has a lot to share. We hope you visit us. Shirts only $15 or 2 for $25.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thanks for being here.
This is a crinoid. It was found in Indiana. The crinoid is a echinoderm. It lived on the sea bottom. These are the roots. And imagine a plant today had root and a stem and a flower. Well, this was an animal, and it had a holdfast here, and this is the stem and it went up on the sea bottom. This was on the sea bottom, and the stem gave it ability to like a stalk, and these arms are filter feeders, and they actually would fibulate, and they filtered like microscopic life that was in the ocean, back then, and that's basically what this is. This piece here is in a hard limestone. It took over 60 hours just to remove the limestone under the microscope. Someone looking at the microscope without damaging this, it took over 60 hours of their time to remove the matrix without damaging the crown, the stem, or the root system.
Okay, well, thank you very much for explaining this.
Thank you very much for looking at it.
Well, FOSSILMANIA, we've been doing this for 42 years now, and it's an excuse for a lot of paleo nerds to get together. We get to see people once a year. People come from all over the country to talk about what they're finding, renew friendships, and so forth. Vendors, we do sell things. I sell some just local things that you find, local ammonites and echinoids, sea urchins, and things like that. But it is an excuse to get together and just hobnob with people of similar interests. You just have to get out in the dirt, in the real world, where things are natural and understandable, predictable, repeatable. The natural world is just so wonderful from that standpoint. So come join us, Dallas Paleo Society, dallaspaleo.org, and get out in the dirt with us.
Now, I don't think you introduced yourself at the
I'm
start.
sorry.
Who are you?
Roger Farish, past president, and I do a lot of field trips. We just finished our 10th field trip of the year. Well, that I've done. We've done many more than that. But we are a very active society. So, like to see you.
Roger, I see your name on a book. Give me 15 seconds on this book.
We did a book
It's
on
got
the
your
shark
name
teeth.
on it.
Shark teeth that you find around Texas. There are 80 species of sharks that you find just around the DFW area. So if you know where to look, then the fossils are everywhere. Shark teeth aren't everywhere, but there are plenty of them around. We do find thousands of shark teeth around this area.
All right, well, thank you, Roger.
All right, no problem.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I'm Linda Farish. I'm into fossils with Roger, and I make fossil kits. I collect the fossils around where we live and put them into egg cartons, numbered egg cartons, make a ID chart with the numbers matching the fossils in the kit, and where you can find more fossils if you want to, a magnifying glass, and sell this in an egg carton kit for $5. And it's an ecology project, a paleontology project, and a recycle project, all at the same time. So come by and see us at FOSSILMANIA.
All right, thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Wayne Mandrell, and I run a company called Lizard Stone Fossils. I got my son here with me, helping out today. And I've been collecting fossils since I was about 5 years old. My grandfather and one of his buddies found a place that they call the Demibo site. It's a Paleo-Indian mammoth kill near Stecker, Oklahoma. And so that inspired me when I was a young kid. And my profession is radiation protection. However, my love for fossils has been great my whole life. I do this as a hobby and a side business. I'd like to show you one of the things that I'm impressed with. This is a sea urchin from Morocco and is prepared three-dimensionally. Each one of those spines had to be prepared one at a time out of the rock and reattached. And I got a couple of different species. And I love FOSSILMANIA. It's a great time. If you ever get an opportunity to come out to FOSSILMANIA, please come by. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So my name's Matt. I'm with Minuteman Fossils. We also have MinutemanTradingPost.com, and primarily what we specialize in is material from the Bear Gulch limestone. It's Mississippi and H. Lagerstätten up in Montana. We also dig in the Guha Formation in western Texas, and we buy collections, so we get a whole lot of random material from all over the place. And when I get the chance, I do like to dip my feet into formations that I don't normally get to, like the Green River Formation or the Hell Creek, and get as much digging in as possible.
Can you show us one or two items that
Sure. These are probably the most exciting that I've got. So right here I have a small chimerid from the Bear Gulch limestone that I found this season. It's a cartilaginous fish. It's extremely rare. There hasn't been one available on the market in at least 5 to 10 years, if not longer. We also have the first documented ophiuroid brittle starfish from the Bear Gulch limestone. Before this one, only a few arm segments had been found. This is the only complete one known from the Bear Gulch.
Wow.
So here we have a couple fish from the Green River Formation in Wyoming. We've got an adult myoplosis, a juvenile myoplosis, and a very, very nice Priscacara right here. These all come from right outside of Cimarron, Wyoming, from the many quarries that anybody can go pay and dig. This one came from Todd Hoig, and the other ones came from one of the pay-to-dig quarries like the American Fossil Quarry or the Fossil Lake Safari by Fossilara.
Okay, can you tell us about this mosasaur tail here?
So right here we have a composite mosasaur tail. This was, all the bones were found in North Texas. Every vertebra is from a different individual, which is why it's a composite. I got these out of an old collection I picked up recently, and I laid all the vertebrae out, assembled it, got the species all to be all the same. I got the sizing down the way it should be in an articulated specimen.
How long do you think the entire creature was?
The total creature would have been 15 to 20 feet easy.
15 to 20 feet?
Yes.
And the length of this tail is approximately how much?
Oh, it's about 4 feet long.
Okay. It's one of the more interesting things here at FOSSILMANIA.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is John. I'm here at FOSSILMANIA. I came from New Orleans, and I brought all kinds of unusual fossils from all over the world.
Tell us about one or two of them.
Okay, right here I have some fossil echinoids from Florida. They're approximately 2 to 10 million years old, and I think these are kind of unusual. They come from the Ocala limestone, which is named for Ocala, Florida.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to point out?
This is fossil coral.
Okay.
It also comes from the Florida area. Most people call this Tampa Bay coral, but it's actually came from the Withlacoochee River.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Philip Scoggins with the Dallas Paleontological Society. I joined in like 1988, so I've been with the society for a long time. And we're at FOSSILMANIA right now, which is our annual event. It's 3 days, the last weekend in October here at the Somerville Expo Center. And we have all kinds of vendors selling fossils, of course, some clothing items, some artwork, some jewelry, some 3D printed models of things that move, like trilobites and sharks and things like that. And we have an education area back there, but there's quite a few tables back there with some skull replicas of like a giant ground sloth, a plate of the dinosaurs that shows all their relationships from the very beginning up to where they're now birds. And that's back there, some videos that you can watch talking about the plate tectonics of the area and the geology of the area. And we also...
Tell us about some of these publications.
Yeah, at our booth here we have our occasional papers. These are some of the early ones. They're various authors of our society have written papers just on various topics about things. We do this, they're called occasional because they come out occasionally. And we have these waterproof cell phone carriers, so we're out walking in a creek, and if you accidentally fall down or just wade in too deep, it'll keep your cell phone dry. Some publications on ammonites. This one's on the North Sulphur River. It's a real good one for anytime you go up there and in that area, bumper stickers. And we have a 2025 calendar for next year. It has all this trivia on there, and the trivia is just various things about the society or birthdays of famous people, various events that happened on that day, and then you can look up something that you don't know and find out more about that person or that event. And right now we have some these frames. You can put your fossils in there. They hold them 3D. Of course, when you come in, you can get a free fossil, especially the kids like to dig through this, pick something up there, a fossil. We have door prizes, and on over we have our raffle items. Your ticket in whichever bin you like for whichever prize you want to try and win, and a silent auction back over there. We have those twice a day. You just bid on it, and if you're the top bidder, we'll give you a phone call, and you can come pick it up, or we'll try and get some way to get it to you if you're not living right in Glen Rose or nearby. So.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Thanks. Very good.
My name is Noah Edmonds. I'm with the DPS, the Dallas Paleo Society. This is Tom Vance. He's also a member. And we're here, we're in the educational section. They've shoved us off in the corner here. And we're showing off casts of fossils that would have inhabited Texas at some time in the ancient past. We've got a fossil, there's a cave, ground sloth, all the way down to a cast of a mosasaur skull.
This is a giant short-faced bear, giant beaver, saber-tooth. These are horns of two types of bison, a steppe bison, a shorthorn bison, a molar of the American mastodon, a molar of the Colombian mammoth. All of these are Pleistocene Ice Age animals.
Tell me again about this guy here.
This large one here is a mosasaur, which lived in Texas during the time of the dinosaurs. There was a great inland sea that stretched from the Gulf of Mexico up through Canada to the Arctic Ocean, and Texas was covered in most areas. You can find marine animal fossils that were there at the time. Mosasaurs were the apex predators at the time of the dinosaurs in the oceans, and these things were actually the T-Rexes of the ocean. Some species grew as long as almost 50 feet.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Frank Holderhoff. I am a longtime member of the Dallas Paleontological Society and have been a longtime participant and spectator here at FOSSILMANIA. My particular interest is in echinoids, or sea urchins. I sometimes get some things together from my collection to bring here to sell, which is why I'm here today. And we have had a great show here, and we solicit everybody to come next year. And I will finally throw in a plug for our Paleontological Society. We're having our 40th anniversary next November. I'm not sure yet of whether it's open to the public or not, but it's not hard to get invited to that. And we're hoping to see a lot of our older members along with the new ones. So, glad you could stop by.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
There's another theropod track right underneath you, little girl. I don't know if you saw that one. And there's actually were a couple in here. Now you can see, since this kind of brownish, greenish brown layer all through here, that's the shale I was telling you about. And it served the valuable role of laying itself down in the tracks and preserving the tracks. But shale, after it gets exposed to the weather again, erosion strips off all these other layers, comes on down to here. That shale rapidly flakes and turns back into mud and washes out of the tracks. So it's a perfect preserver of the track and then exposure of the track as it disappears. So all of these tracks you see here were once filled with shale, but that shale has turned to mud and is mostly washed out. So you can see the tracks. But let's see, what do I want to show you next? Now you're probably seeing some big round holes out there. My laser's a little fainter, but I think you can see those. This is this one they put the sign in. We think those are not real tracks. They're not tracks themselves, but we think there might have been tracks there, and that's where they were excavated. Because the tracks were initially discovered by the locals here. They dug up some tracks and they were selling them at a roadside when a young man named Roland Bird came by, and he actually saw these tracks on sale in Gallup, New Mexico. They're way far away. And he asked where'd they come from. They said Glen Rose, Texas. He came out here, found some guys selling them up at the roadside, and then came down in the riverbed and found the tracks themselves. This site is famous for not only the abundance of these three-toed tracks, but also the fact that there's another dinosaur here. And that one is a little harder to see, but they're big and deep, but a little indistinct. Do you see this large depression here? And this large depression here that the fish is in, is chasing me. And there's another one over there that's a little buried by sediment. And this one might be part of it. It's unfortunately got covered, but there's a trackway of those large tracks going all the length of this pit, all the way right up to you. And they have a spacing of, as you can see, what, about 6 to 8 feet, maybe from there to there. And what we think those are, we're pretty certain they are, is the triangular kind of shape of a large 4-footed dinosaur. And they had a definite heel like we do, but then 5 toes that kind of splayed out in the front. So that left a kind of triangular shape. 5 toes up here and kind of a rounded heel. That's its back foot. And this one had not been seen before that young man Roland Bird came here. And so this made this very, very exciting, because he had a possible track of a giant 4-legged dinosaur, kind of like Brontosaurus that you might have heard about from the Jurassic. But we had similar big dinosaurs in the Cretaceous. They were so big that people did not even imagine they could hold up their own weight. They thought they had to float in the water. So Roland Bird blew that out of the water, that idea out of the water. He said, no, I got their tracks right here. And they're right next to the tracks of other dinosaurs, the different ones, the ones with 3 toes. The 3-toed tracks, we call those dinosaurs theropods. Yeah.
So is that one of those tracks right underneath you?
Yeah, I think that is one of the, what I was going to do next. Those are theropods, then these we call sauropods. And the sauropods walked on all 4s, had long tails out the back, a long neck out the front, counterbalanced, kind of like the brontosaur you might have seen, again, as kids. By the way, that was discredited, brontosaur, that we got rid of that term, but it's back. Yeah. It's back. Names always change, we're always restudying, and the name is back. Yeah.
Are those like holes over there? Are those tracks?
Almost all the holes here are tracks, except for these big round ones that I'm certain are where a track was taken out. But all the other holes I think are real tracks. If it were a little cleaner, I think I could convince you a little better of that. This one here, which I've now told you is a sauropod track, again, it goes all the way back to the end of the pit down there. And we'll go down to there before we leave today so you can get a close-up look. But in addition, number 1, he just found sauropod tracks in general. That was very exciting. But 2 is this is one of the best sites in the world to see the front foot of the sauropod dinosaur. And the front foot is surprisingly rare. Well, maybe not surprising, depending if you think about it. As the animal walks along, it's making new tracks with its front feet, and its back feet are coming along behind it. And almost all the time, they smash the front print, squish it further, deform it out of, and leave behind just a back print. So a lot of these trails of